Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Queen of York and I like to play the Sims 4 videos. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you stay updated every time I post a new video. I love doing speed builds or buildings and just playing around with the different designs and aesthetics that you can have. I love interior design in real life, so getting to just build houses and decorate them is just so much fun. So that's why I do a lot of speed builds, but I do let's plays as well, so just make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of those. But today's video is a speed build of a villa style house. It is for the Sulani world, which is the world that came with Island Living, but I know you can't do vacations. I know you can get mods, so if you wanted to use this as a vacation home, just get a mod that turns it into a vacation world. But I kind of wanted to build something that was like a vacation house. So in terms of character and stuff and personalization for the rooms, it doesn't have that, because a lot of the time when I build, I like to think of a character or who would be living there and build it for those people. But with this one, I wanted it to be a generic vacation villa, so like a vacation house. It's beautifully decorated, but it's not got the personal touches that you would have in a home. So that's what the whole idea for this property was. I kind of got some inspiration from villas that you see in places like Bali and other tropical locations like that, which really focuses on looking out towards the natural habitat. So the surrounding areas in this situation, it is all the windows facing outwards towards the ocean and the beautiful views of the sea. So the front where you would enter is quite simple, because it's just meant to be understated, whereas the back, which is where all the fun things happen, is very open with great big windows. So on the gallery it looks a bit boring and plain because it's just these like flat walls, and I also wanted to keep it white so it like really contrasts to the bright colours of the water and the greenery of the trees. But it's still got this really modern open plan kind of style. Initially I wanted to have a like sun deck on the roof, so I wanted to have these steps going from the ground all the way to the top floor, and have like lounges and maybe like ponds and stuff, just so it's like really relaxing. But as I started doing the furnishing, I realized that the property was just so big and it didn't need to have even more space to kind of decorate and furnish, because the patio on the back is so big, and it's got this separate like gazebo for barbecuing outside, so they can have really nice barbecue and enjoy the outside space and the surrounding areas. And it's on this raised like platform, so I just thought that gave enough of a varying look at how to use the outdoor space, so I didn't want to then complicate it even more by having a place on the roof. But what I like to do in builds is place some dummy furniture, so just get just a generic or random sofas, dining room table in the sort of shape that you kind of want, and just make sure everything fits, to make sure that you're not going too big or too small on the furniture, or too big or too small on the room, sorry. So just put some dummy furniture in there, and then you can adjust the rooms accordingly. So at this point I realized I just made everything a little bit too big, so just sizing down the house so that it the furniture doesn't kind of get lost inside it. And the problem is you then have to change the roof, so just remember to change your roof. At this point I realized that I wanted to have something coming off the side. I just thought it was a bit plain and small. When I looked upstairs, I wanted to have enough space for it to be like a family villa, so it needed to have enough space to have multiple bedrooms. And because I'd like downsized the ground floor, I realized I needed to have like a little separate wing, which would be an additional bedroom for the downstairs. So that big space on the side is the master bedroom and a bathroom, and then just working out where I want to have the stairs, which I find quite difficult in builds generally, to just work out where to place the stairs and working out the sizes of the rooms, because I don't know, it's complicated, isn't it, to work out where you want the walls and the shapes of the room. And sometimes you can get quite stuck on having very square rooms, which I find more difficult to decorate a square room than an irregular shape, because at least with an irregular shape it makes you challenge where you place things, whereas with a square room I know that I tend to put things all on the walls, so like I call it wall hugging. So I prefer a more irregular shape, but here a lot of the rooms do end up being square. So just still working on the overall look of the house, and this is the point I realized I wanted to have an outdoor shower, because that came with the island living expansion, this cool freestanding outdoor shower. So I wanted to include that, especially for if they went in the sea, and then they can come in and just wash off the sea water and go straight into the master bathroom, and also for the upstairs bathroom, for like the main bedroom upstairs, the like more adult room, that has got an outdoor shower as well, because when you live in this beautiful tropical location, why not embrace your natural surroundings and shower outside? I mean, there is a fountain, so you can shower in the fountain as well. So it's not like it's frowned upon. Apparently Sulani is a very open place where they don't mind you showering outside. So to incorporate this modern feel for the villa, I've used these sliding doors that came with the Island Living expansion pack, which I love and I use so much already. I mean, it's only been out for a couple of months, but I just really love, and these slatted windows, they are just gorgeous. So I just love all the build and buy mode objects that came with the Island Living expansion pack. So if you haven't got it and you're thinking about getting it, if you like to build like modern designs and modern styled homes, it is worth it, because these windows and the sliding doors are just perfect. And the best thing is the sliding doors go from floor to ceiling on a regular size wall, so you get to have that high wall, and I mean the high windows and the high sliding doors, which is great. At this point I'm just trying to work out how I'm going to have the patio, because I kind of don't want it to all be like one big patio. I kind of wanted like a private patio for the master bedroom. So just off the master bedroom is like this private patio where they can kind of enjoy a bit of privacy, even though it's quite open. And then a bigger patio off the main living space, and then this dining patio, which has got the gazebo and a fireplace, because you know, when it gets cold you want to warm yourself on the fire or by the fire. So it's got this cute fireplace, and then a barbecue area and some dining or a seating area, so that you can enjoy eating outside in the natural surroundings. I really like the use of this double height kind of patio, just because it adds a bit of a dimension, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting than the patio as being all the same height. And I think I used a similar thing in a previous build, the Pure Perfection build, where I had like this lower gazebo and the house was on a higher level, and it just gives it something a bit more interesting to look at and a more interesting feel. The only thing that I found difficult with this lot, and it's called Sapphire Shores, this lot, is that to be able to go into the water using the ladder, you have to make the jetty come quite far out, the patio bit, because it's just not deep enough to have the stairs working correctly. So I did have to extend the patio a little bit, so it makes this like pier shape, so like what you'd get at a regular jetty or pier. So it intrudes. What's the word I'm looking for? Obtrudes, yeah. Obtrudes a lot from the house. But even as I say it, the word doesn't seem real. Do you guys get that, where you like say a word so often or so many times in a row that it doesn't even sound like it's a real word anymore? And that is what obtrudes. Just doesn't sound like a real word. It probably isn't. Let me know down below what word I'm trying to say, because it is just completely baffling me now and really frustrating. Intrudes, no. Obtrusive. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's not harp on about that. Let's move on. So this is the point when I'm trying to use the stairs or the steps to get into the water, and I'm trying to find how far out I need to make the steps come, the jetty come, so that I can use the stairs. So this is the point where I realize that I need to put it down here, because the water's quite shallow apparently the rest of the way, which is not something that I encountered on other builds. The stairs fit quite easily very close to the shore, but obviously this has a slower incline or decline to the deeper oceans. So moving inside, now that we're happy with the exterior, I'm just working out this main bedroom on the first floor. So I wanted it to be a double bedroom with a very open bathroom, like you see in like Bali and where's that place where people go? Maldives. In the Maldives, where they have like the bedroom and the very open bathroom, and they have like a tub in the like window so you can see out into the ocean. I kind of wanted that look, so that's kind of what I went for. And then, like I said, with this outdoor shower area so that they can enjoy the outdoors and have a quick little clean off. And then downstairs is the master bedroom, so we're a little bit all over the place at the moment. So I'm just placing out all these beds and trying to use a different bed in each room, because you know, you don't want to have the same bed everywhere, especially when we've got so many great beds with the Island Living expansion pack. So this master bedroom is actually on the first floor, on the ground floor, sorry, and it's off the living space, so it's the only bedroom downstairs, and it's got a ensuite bathroom which is separate, so they have some privacy in their bathroom. And I'm just trying to work out what I want to do for the floor coverings. I wanted something a little bit more interesting for the bathroom and the kitchen, just because I feel like in tropical houses they utilize pattern and color a bit more than maybe we do on the western side of the world. So I wanted to kind of pull in that organic use of color and pattern. And a lot of the items that came with the Island Living expansion pack actually do have different kind of patterns on, a lot of floral detailing and things that are very organic to the island and things that you would see. So like a lot of wood, because they use wood carving to make ornaments and decorations for the house, and they would probably use a lot of natural dyes in their products in their fabric, to dye the fabrics. So I just wanted to have a lot of pattern and colour, but not be too colourful, because at the end of the day it is still meant to be a holiday villa. So in the main bathroom I have a tub in the window again, so that they can enjoy a nice soak in the tub while looking out to the views outside, a toilet and a shower, and then I've also got an outdoor shower, which is a bit fancy, isn't it, to have that many cleaning options. I mean, you can take a bath, you can take a shower indoors, and you can take a shower outdoors. But you know, they've obviously got money because they're staying in a amazing private villa, so who cares, they can have as many options as they want. At this point I was trying to make this see-through tile kind of work for me. I've still not used it, and I really wanted to use it, but it just didn't look right on the slot. Or did I leave it there? I don't think I did. I think I deleted it later on. I can't remember, but I want to incorporate it more in another build where, I don't know, maybe as a like skylight or something, just so we can see it in a different way than just on the beach. And now we're taking a big break. I don't know what for. I was watching, I think I was watching Miss Congeniality while I'd made this, was doing this build, and I probably was trying to find Miss Congeniality too to put on, because I like to watch TV or movies or have things in the background while I build, because these builds can take hours upon hours, and I just like to have noise in the background even though I'm not particularly watching it. What do you guys do when you build? Do you listen to music? Do you watch TV? Do you listen to podcasts? I'd love to know. And this point is when I'm just playing around with the outdoor patio area of the master suite, and like I said, I did delete the tile that makes the floor see-through. So moving on to the kitchen, like I said, I wanted to have like a patterned tile. I feel like when you go to like islands and stuff, because they don't have access to shops like we do, so they don't have like a B&Q or whatever your local hardware store is, you can't just like get like regular items. You have to make things. A lot of the stuff you have to just make from what you have in the surrounding area. So I imagine that they would create beautiful mosaics and stuff out of smaller tiles, or make these intricate prints on the floor and just express their personality and individuality through that. So that's what I kind of wanted to bring in, and have these very plain cabinets because they have access to a lot of wood. So I wanted to incorporate this wood texture. For the dining room, again, I wanted to keep it quite simple with these like rattan style dining chairs. Again, it would be things that you would see on the island and be able to get access to locally, and they would be able to make it by hand. And I'm just trying to work out how I incorporate the split of the tiled area for the kitchen and the wood flooring for the living space and the dining room. And working out what to do for decorations was quite difficult because I didn't want it to be too over the top. I wanted it to be quite simple. Again, something that would be made locally by local artisans. So I went with this fish sculpture and then just painted the wall a bright red colour to tie in with the reds in the tiles on the floor in the kitchen. And then just using this open shelving idea to place some kitchen objects, and just using the 0-9 key to lift them up and lower them onto the shelf so that they look like they sit on the shelves. And I put these under the stairs because I just thought it was a great way to kind of store the objects. So yeah, that is pretty much the kitchen done. Everything has quite simple walls. I just wanted to keep, I like a white wall anyway, but I just wanted it to be really simple with more vibrant furniture than have colourful walls, because I feel like if you compete with patterned walls, you have to kind of tone down the furniture a bit, and you don't get many options in terms of colourway in The Sims 4. So I like to go with the white walls so that I have more freedom on what I do with the furniture itself. So this was between saves, and when I came back it actually deleted a lot of the shelves and stuff that was underneath the stairs, so I just had to pop them back in there. And at this point I'm just revisiting upstairs, making sure I'm happy with everything, and the placement of everything in the main bedroom on the first floor. And I put this sliding door in to go outside, even though there won't be access anymore to the roof, because initially that void is where the stairs were to the roof. But I've removed those stairs, but I'm just adding some decorative touches to the bedroom because it was just a bit plain. I actually filmed this over multiple days because I kind of stopped and I didn't know how I wanted to decorate. So I kind of did the placeholder items and things I liked, and put them in the space so that I used them, but I didn't really finish them off in terms of full decorations. So just going back and completing all the rooms upstairs. And I think I still got to finish the lounge. I'm not sure if I was just keeping it the way it was, but this is the bedroom and bathroom, the smallest, well, the youngest bedroom. So this is for like a child. I did think about having twin beds, but I think in the end I went with just a single bed and some kids playing equipment, so some toys and stuff. I don't know if I keep a twin bed. Maybe I do keep the twin bed. I think I just realised that space wise it just wasn't working to have two beds, so I just drop it down and then add some toys and stuff for a child to play with, because even if they're on vacation they still need toys and something to entertain them. And I love this little floral rug. It's just so cute. I don't actually use the shaped rugs very often, and I've just recently started using them again. So in my previous build I did the Contemporary Dreamer, and I did like a toddler's room, and I used the frog shaped rug, and I'd never used that before, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then this one I used the flower. So I'm kind of trying to push myself out of my comfort zone and use some more objects that I haven't used before, just so that, you know, I'm a bit more creative and try something different, because, you know, what's the point of doing the same thing all the time? So for this outdoor section I wanted to have like a little outdoor seating area on the first floor so they could sit here in the evenings, watch the sunset, have a coffee or a drink on the balcony while they enjoy the sunset. So this is when I go back. I think I go back to the lounge in a bit. So I'm so sorry, I'm very all over the place, because as I find things that I want to use, I just like pull them out, because I feel like if you don't do that you'll never see them again. So I like to pull everything out as I like see them in the objects section. And this is so weird. Look, the jet skis were like flying in the air, so I tried to place them and they were like hovering really high off the water, so I just removed them in the end. And I'm just placing some of the decorative objects that came with the Island Living expansion pack, and trying to delete this little bit of the flooring, so that we had like an extra void on the stairs instead of having this weird little square being left behind. And then on the landing just having a study, which is what I do a lot with landings, because otherwise landings are just big spaces with like nothing there. So I like to make them into something, whether that's a study or like have a bookshelf or something if there's space for it. I mean, A lot of the time the landing is just literally a hallway to bedrooms. But where there is space, I like to utilize it as efficiently as possible, because there's nothing worse than wasting space. Just adding some final touches to this upstairs patio section with a nice long wait, probably changing my show to something else. And that just goes to show how long it took me to do this, the furnishing of this, because I'd watched the whole movie by this point. And I'm going back again to the living room and changing that again. As I said, I was so all over the place with this build. I'm so sorry. Normally I go room to room to room, but apparently on this one I was up, down, up, down. So I'm really sorry if it just went a bit fast and you didn't get to see as much as you wanted. But if you want to download this house, it is on the gallery under Sapphire Shores. So you can download that and you can see the house in more detail at a more glacial pace if you like. But there will be some screenshots at the end with some pictures to show you what all the rooms look like. But on this outdoor eating section on the raised gazebo patio section, I'm just popping in a large dining table and a bar area with the new bar stools that came with the Island Living expansion pack, with a grill, and then just making sure that there's enough decorative objects to kind of make it look pretty and fit in with the surrounding area, and doing minimal landscaping, because I like the fact that you don't have to do too much, because it is on the beach, so you're not expected to do too much in terms of landscaping, which is beneficial because I hate landscaping. Honestly, I can't stand it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the design or the furnishing of this property. As I said, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is the Queen of York, all one word. Or you can find this Sapphire Shores if you just search Sapphire Shores on the gallery. But yeah, it's a large villa style build that your Sims would love to vacation in. Just make sure, if you don't want to use this as a vacation lot, just get a mod. I'm not sure what they're called. I don't use mods myself, but I do know that you can get mods that turn the Sulani lots into a vacation home, and you can go on holiday like you do when you go to the Jungle Adventure World and the camping one, Outdoor Retreat. So you can kind of use those functionalities for this one if that's how you want to use it. But it's just a nicely decorated holiday villa, and I mean, your Sims can live here all year round if you want to. It's just quite expensive, so either cheat your way to riches or work really hard and you can buy this house. But the views from the bathtub are just so amazing. I mean, look at that. Imagine sitting in the bathtub and just looking out at that gorgeous view. Like, I would want to bath every night and just sit there for hours, just looking out into the ocean. And I love these little lilos that came with it. I just think they've done everything so well in this expansion pack that I just have no complaints. So if you're still thinking about whether to buy this or not, I would recommend that you do, because it just makes gameplay more exciting. Toddlers can go into the water, you can make sand castles. It's just so cute and so well thought out. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what sort of builds you want me to do next and what you think, and I will see you guys very soon in my next speed build and let's play. Dag dag!